Hi, learners. Echo and I are glad to be with you to play some word games one last time. The game to start with today is a rhyming game. I'm going to be saying nonsense words that rhyme with a part of your body. You think of the part of the body I'm trying to get you to say. Call it out. Echo will hear you. Echo will tell me, and I'll let you know if you're correct. For example, if I said starms, you would say arms, because storms and arms rhyme, and arms are part of our body. You ready? Pred, right, head, cleese, knees, frelbows, elbows. For our next activity, I'm going to chop out some sounds or phonemes. I want you to blend them together and call out the word that they make. You ready? S, p, e, k. Speak. S, m, I, l. Smile. K, l, a, k. Clack. B, l, a, k. Black. Nice job. Today we're going to work with 3 different diagraphs. We're going to work with TH, ch, ch, and sh, sh. Listen to the word and tell me where you hear that sound in the word. Where do you hear sh in shake? At the beginning. Where do you hear ch in touch? At the end. Where do you hear th in mother? Right in the middle. Where do you hear th in gather? Also in the middle. Nice job. For our next activity, I'm going to tell you a word, and then I want you to chop out the phonemes or the sounds with me. Our first word is sneak. Let's chop it out. S, n, e, k. Plump. P, l, m, p. Sweep. S, w, e, p. Bruise. B, r, u, z. Nice job. For our last activity, I'm going to tell you a word and then ask you to take away the first phoneme or sound in the word and tell me what is left. Our first word is plain. Without the p is lane. Blend. Without the b is lend. Glow. Without the g is low. Flight. Without the f is light. Nice job with your sound work today. Learners, you have been working so hard this month on your letter sounds, and I was so excited to hear that earlier this week you did all the letter sounds in less than a minute. So let's do my extra hard challenge today. See if we can say all the lowercase letters and the sounds in less than a minute too. You ready? A, P, P, T, T, D, D, U, W, W, Z, Z, I, B, B, O, C, K, X, X, Y, Y, V, V, K, K, G, G, F, F, H, N, N, S, S, J, J, Q, Q, M, M, L, L, R, R, E, C, H, Ch, T, H, V, S, H, Sh, W, H, W. Oh, guys, look. You did it in 55 seconds. That's cause to celebrate. I'm so proud of you. Good job.
Today in phonics, we're going to keep working with digraphs. Remember, with a digraph, you have two consonants coming together to make one new sound. With TH, they join together to make the sound, like thumb. With WH, those letters join together to make the W sound, like whale. We're going to make some words today. I'll write mine here on this board. You can make yours on a piece of paper at home. And to do it, I'm going to use these special letter cubes. One has the WH and TH digraphs, and one has some word endings. We'll roll them and see, does this word make a real word or a make-believe word? We'll write it on our list. If it's real, we'll underline it. If it's make-believe, we'll cross it off. Here we go. W-ud, would. What do you think? Real or make-believe? I agree. Would is a make-believe word, so we're going to cross it off. Let's make another one. Woo. Think. Think. What do you think? Real or make-believe? You're right. Think is a real word. So let's write it on our TH side and underline it. Let's make another word. Thud. Thud. Real word or make-believe? That is a real word. If you drop something on the floor, it might make a thud. Ready for the next one? W-ale. Whale. We know that one's real. That's right there in our picture. Let's write W-ale. Whale. Let's do one more. Isk. Fisk. Is that a real word or a make-believe word? You're right. Fisk is not a real word. We're going to cross that one off. Now, if we had gotten a WH on that one, isk, that is a real word. A whisk is something you use in the kitchen. Be on the lookout for some or digraphs in your reading and writing at home. We're going to practice some high-frequency words today by writing sentences using our words. You're going to need a piece of paper and something to write with at home. Now today, I'm going to show you 4 high-frequency words. Then I'm going to pick 2 of them, and we will each write a sentence using those 2 words. So here's our words. With. Notice that digraph. W-I-T-H. About has the little word out. A-B-O-U-T. Down. D-O-W-N. And the last one is into. I-N-T-O. I'm going to mix these up and put all the cards face down. Then I'm going to pick 2 words. I got about and with. See if we can each write a sentence using the words about and with. First, do some thinking. What could you say? I have an idea. I'm going to write, I will read a book about sharks with my mom. I wonder what your sentence is. Now see if you can write a sentence using the words down and into. After you write your sentence, Read it to someone at home. How many other sentences can you write using your high-frequency words?
Today, we're going to read The Itsy Bitsy Spider. But first, let's read something we already know. We already know bingo. Bingo. There was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh. Let's get back to the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Have you ever listened to the rain? Sometimes when it's raining really hard, you can hear the sound of the rain on the window. It might sound like pitter-patter. Sometimes I like to watch the rain rush down the street when it's raining really hard. When it's raining really hard, I'm thankful that I'm inside in my house where it's nice and dry. To keep a house nice and dry, there's something on the outside of the house called a water spout. This is a water spout. A water spout attaches to the side of a house. Let's pretend this is the roof. When it's raining really hard, the water goes into the water spout, and the water spout pushes it away. Well, one day, an itsy bitsy spider, that just means a really little spider, went up the water spout. But oh no, then it started to rain. And the rain washed the spider out or away. Then out came the sun, and the sun dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Let's read together. The itsy bitsy spider. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Remember, then the sun is going to come out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And then the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Here they called it a water spout. Down here, they just said spout, but they're talking about the same thing. This time when we read, let's make it sound like a song. The itsy bitsy spider. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. We're going to read the itsy bitsy spider again. This time, 3 of the words are missing. Can you help me to know the 3 missing words? We're going to use our alphabet chart to help us. As we're figuring out the missing words, we might need to flip vowel sounds. The vowel letters are A, E, I, O, and U. These letters make more than one sound. So sometimes we try one sound and it doesn't work. So we have to try a different sound. Let's get started. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout, down the rain, down the rain. I'm not sure what word goes there. I'm going to look at the first letter to help me. Down, k, k. I need more letters to help me. Down, k. Ah, like apple. K, ah. Cam. Down, cam the rain. Cam. That doesn't make sense. There's one more thing to uncover. Oh, an E. I know when there's an E at the end of a word, it helps to make the other vowel letter say its name or make the long sound. So instead of saying ah, we're going to change the A sound to A, like ape. Let's try. K, aim, came, down came the rain. That makes sense. And wash the spider out. Out came the sun. Out came the sun. Let's check to make sure we're right. Oh, I was expecting to see an S. I think next I'm going to see a U. Sun. Sun. And dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider. The sun dried up all the rain. The itsy bitsy spider walked or crawled or ran up the water spout, ran up the spout again. I don't know, it could be a couple different words. Let's use the first letter to help us. Wah. Can't be ran, because that would start with a R. Can't be crawled, that would start with a C. Walked. Walked starts with a W. Let me uncover another letter to check. Oh, this can't be walked because this says we. We. Let's see more letters. Wean. 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 The last letter is T. Weaned. Weaned. And the itsy bitsy spider weaned up the spout again. Weaned. Oh, what was that? Weaned doesn't make sense. You're right. Weaned. I don't even think that's a word. Maybe we're going to need to flip the vowel again. We were saying E here, like ear. Maybe we need to try the short sound for E. Like egg. Went. Oh, he went up the water spout. Let's read now to check if it makes sense. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Boys and girls, when you're reading, You can use an alphabet chart to help you think about flipping vowels to help you to know words that you're learning. Good luck and have fun!
Hi, my name is Jennifer Bergen. I teach kindergarten at Oak Ridge Elementary School. Today I'm going to read an article to you called Hot Rocks. I wonder what this article is going to be about. What do you think about when you hear the title Hot Rocks? Think about that. What comes in your mind? Can you pause this and tell someone what you're imagining or visualizing in your mind? Now, before we get started, I have some things I want to talk to you about first. I told you today's article is called Hot Rocks. What do you think Hot Rocks is about? Here's a hint. This includes a picture sneak peek from the article. Now what do you think Hot Rocks could be about? Hot rocks. Red hot lava runs down a volcano. Pictures show us what that looks like. Karsten Peter takes pictures of volcanoes. His pictures help us learn about lava. Lava is hot, melted rock that flows from a volcano. It begins as a liquid. When liquid lava cools, it changes. It turns into hard rock. Rock is a solid. Find a liquid in this picture. Did you find it? Where is a solid? I bet you found it. A solid is something that can be picked up. It keeps its own shape. A liquid can flow or be poured easily. It takes the shape of its container. Look at this picture of ice. Do you think it's a solid or a liquid? What did you say? A solid? Well done. Ice is a solid. What about juice? Is this a solid or a liquid? Did you say liquid? Well done. Juice is a liquid. What about lake water? Is this a solid or a liquid? I think I heard you say liquid. Well done. Lake water is a liquid. What about an apple? Is this a solid or a liquid? Okay, if you say so, let's try solid. Well done. An apple is a solid. What about milk? Is it a solid or a liquid? Okay, we'll try it. Liquid. Well done. Milk is a liquid. What about rock? Is it a solid or a liquid? Oh, you said solid? Well done! You did some nice work. I hope you enjoyed the article, Hot Rocks. In the article, we learned that volcanoes can have solid and liquid parts to it. The world is filled with solids and liquids. Go around your home and go on a solid and liquid hunt. When you find something that's a solid, point to it and declare, solid. When you find something that's a liquid, point to it and declare, liquid. Maybe you can get somebody to help you. You could even write it down on a piece of paper. That's all for today's article, Hot Rocks. Today's article came from Young Explorer magazine, Voyager edition. This was made by National Geographic just for first grade learners. This was the April 2020 issue, and if you would like to read the article on your own, or more just like them, go to nationalgeographic.org/education/classroom-resources/explorer-magazine.
Hi, soon-to-be first and second graders. Welcome to our last episode of At Home with APS for kindergarten and first grade. My name is Mallory Hughes, and I'm a kindergarten teacher at Discovery Elementary. I'm so excited to be here today to talk about data and graphs with you. Our goal today is to read and interpret data or information using object graphs and picture graphs. If we look close enough and think hard enough, we can compare the data in our graphs to learn more about what we are graphing. Let's begin by playing Same but Different. This will help our eyes and brains to get really good at noticing details about graphs and the data or information that they show. Take a look at the two pictures or graphs on the screen. I want you to think, what do you notice? How are these two graphs the same but different? What is the same? How are the images alike? Maybe you're noticing what they graph, the different choices or categories, the direction the graph is going, the number of objects, colors. Now think, what is different? Maybe you're noticing those same kinds of things. Again, what they graph, the different choices or categories, the direction of the graph, the number of objects, the colors. Let's see if you and I think alike, or if you thought something different. Okay, let's talk about it. A few things I noticed that are the same are both these graphs show information. They show information about candy. This one using gummy bears, and this one M&Ms. See it in the title? I also noticed that both graphs have red, orange, yellow, and green candies. What's another thing you noticed? You may have seen that both have 3 yellow candies. There are 3 yellow gummy bears, and there are 3 yellow M&Ms. Now let's try and think of some ways that these graphs are different. Can you think of any ways that they are different? You may have noticed that there are actually different types of graphs. One is an object graph, and the other is a picture graph. The gummy bear graph is an object graph because it uses real gummy bears to show the data. The M&M's graph is a picture graph because it uses pictures, or in this case, little circles that look like M&Ms. Perhaps you notice that the object graph displays or shows the data up and down vertically, while the other graph, the picture graph, shows data across side to side horizontally. Vertically, up and down, horizontally, side to side. It doesn't matter. Either graph can display data either way. Maybe you spotted that one graph has numbers and the other does not. Our object graph does not have any numbers to the side or on the top. Our M&M's graph does show numbers. We call this the frequency. By looking closer at the number of each color, can you think of any other ways that they are the same or different? Now that we've compared object graphs with picture graphs to figure out what is the same but different, let's make a picture graph together so we can interpret the data. Since it is summer, you are probably spending a lot of time outside. I know I am. I have a 2.5-year-old and he loves playing outside. Of course, my son William wants to play whatever the big kids that live in our neighborhood are playing. So it got me thinking, what is our neighborhood's favorite thing to do or play with when they're outside? Do the kids in my neighborhood like making pictures with sidewalk chalk, jumping rope, blowing bubbles, or playing with a ball? I collected data on this question by going around with my mask on, of course, and asking all the children that live in my cul-de-sac. I recorded their opinion using a table so that I wouldn't forget their answer. I used tallies, but you could also use check marks. Now I just need to count my tallies and write the total for each category. Can you help me? How many kids like playing with sidewalk chalk? I see 1, 2 tallies. So the total number of kids that like that activity is 2. How many kids like jumping rope? I see only 1 tally. So the total number of kids that like that activity is 1. How many kids like blowing bubbles? I see 2 tallies, 1, 2. So the total number of kids that like that activity is 2. How many kids like playing with a ball? I see a bundle of 5, but just to be sure, I think I should count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the total for this activity, playing with a ball, is 5. Now that we know the totals for each activity, let's create a picture graph to represent our data. Every graph should include a title to tell you what the graph is about. I think I will name my graph My Cul-de-sac's Favorite Outdoor Activity Picture Graph. All graphs should also include the categories to show the choices. Where the categories are positioned can differ depending on if the graph is horizontal, side to side, or vertical, up and down. You may have noticed this before when we played same but different. But in case you didn't, take a look at the two different ways we could make our graph. Graphs can also include numbers on the sides or on the top or bottom to show the frequency or how many votes each category received. Now that you know what all graphs have and how they can look, let's use our table to make a picture graph so we can interpret our data. I have chosen to make our picture graph horizontal or side to side. Let's see. First, we need to fill in boxes with pictures to match the totals in our table. We can choose to use pictures from our categories or something much easier to draw. I think I'll just use a heart because that's something easy that I know how to draw. We will draw in 2 hearts next to the chalk to show the 2 votes that chalk got. 1, 2. We should show 1 heart next to the jump rope to show the number of hearts that jump roping got. We will also draw in 2 hearts next to the bubbles to show the 2 votes for bubbles. Lastly, we should draw in 5 hearts next to the ball to show that playing with a ball got 5 votes. Finally, our picture graph is complete, and we can do the important work of interpreting the data. Let's see if you can answer some questions I have by looking at the graph. Which activity is the favorite or got the most votes? And why? Yes, I agree that playing with a ball got the greatest or most votes because 5 is more than 2 or 1. Which activity is the least favorite or got the least amount of votes? Why? If you said jump rope, way to go, because 1 is far less than 5 or 2. A few more questions. Were there any activities that got the same number of votes? I noticed chalk drawing and bubble blowing both got 2 votes. 2 is equal to or the same as 2. Okay, here's a tough one. How many kids live in my cul-de-sac and chose their favorite outdoor activity? Think, how many total kids answered my question, what is your favorite outdoor activity? Did you count up all the hearts and get 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, you are good at this. Another tough question that you might ask when looking at a graph is how many more blank than blank? Let's try it with our graph. How many more kids like playing with balls than blowing bubbles? For this, you need to look at how many kids like to play with the balls and how many kids like to blow bubbles and compare them. We know more kids like playing with the ball, but how many more? How many extra hearts does playing with a ball have than blowing bubbles? Here they are the same. Here they are the same. But here they are not the same. There are more kids. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more kids that like playing with the ball than blowing bubbles. Now it's time for a reflection. We know that mathematicians always reflect about what they're learning anytime they learn something new. Can you use what you've learned about collecting and graphing data to answer my questions? You're going to discuss your answers with your family at home. Here are some reflection questions for you to answer at home with your family. You want to find out how many people prefer to eat ice cream in a cup or in a cone. What objects or pictures could you use to represent these foods in a picture or object graph? On a graph about pets owned by children in your class, you counted more dogs than cats. What might the graph look like? Here are some ideas for ways you can continue having fun with collecting data and graphing at home. It is always important for children to understand the purpose behind what they are learning, as well as how it applies to the world around them. Continue having discussions at home behind why people collect data, ways it can be represented, and what we can learn from data. Assist your child in brainstorming different questions for collecting data. Try to keep the questions centered around topics that interest them or that they feel invested in. Some examples include asking family members, "What's your favorite flavor ice cream?" or "What is your favorite fruit or vegetable?" By asking family members these questions, students can record the information collected in a table or tally chart. Then they can use the table to create a picture graph and talk about the findings. Some things to ask or talk about include what got the most votes, the least, how many people total were surveyed, or challenge yourself to think how many more people chose one thing over another. Lastly, use the results to inform decisions. For instance, discovering your family's favorite fruit, vegetable, or ice cream can really influence next week's shopping list. Lastly, try making an object graph by gathering similar objects from around your house. Maybe you grab a collection of balls or shoes or books. Then create an object graph and discuss what the data shows. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had fun learning about collecting data and displaying it using picture and object graphs. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Hi, my name is Erin San. I am a teacher and a mindfulness coach. And what that means is I help people just like you use all of their senses to notice what's happening in their lives from moment to moment so they can stress and worry less and smile a whole lot more. Today I want to share with you a practice that may help you when you're feeling disappointed. Disappointments happen in our lives. Things don't always go exactly the way we plan them to go or exactly the way we want them to go. So we have to be prepared for disappointments and unexpected outcomes. But one way that we can make sure that we don't stay disappointed or get really sad or angry about the way things turn out is to lean into a practice called gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for things that we have and things that we're able to do, and for people and experiences in our lives who make us feel joyful and happy. And even in the most challenging situation in life, there's always something to be grateful for. So we're going to practice how it feels today to be grateful. So come into a comfortable seat. Maybe that means moving and wiggling and jiggling a little bit before you get settled into stillness. And once you arrive, you can keep the eyes opened or you can close them. And bring both hands to stack over your heart. Your heart is where gratitude lives. This is where you can be thankful. So I want you to bring to mind one thing that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a person, a good friend, someone in your family. Maybe it's an experience, a trip that you took, an activity that you participated in that you really enjoyed. Maybe it's a sport you play and you feel really alive when you have a chance to play that sport. Maybe it's your favorite teddy bear. Maybe it's your favorite TV show. Bring to mind one thing that you are grateful for. And maybe close your eyes. Just see yourself interacting with this person or this experience, or playing this sport or this video game, or cuddling the teddy bear. Notice how it feels to know that you have this thing in your life. You are so lucky. When you concentrate on how lucky you are for this person or this thing or this experience in your life, it can make you feel really, really good. It can change your mood. It can make you feel happy. So what I'd like you to try now is to get out a piece of paper and get something to write with or draw with, and start to make a gratitude list. Make a list of all of the people and all of the things and all of the experiences in your life that you are so grateful for. You are so lucky in so many ways. Write all of those ways down on a piece of paper. If you don't know how to spell, you can draw pictures. Something that helps remind you of how lucky you are. So the next time you're feeling disappointed, you can take that list out. You can look at it, read it, think about it, and really feel it in your heart so you remember that you are grateful. And that will make you feel a whole lot better. Thank you so much for practicing gratitude with me today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Second Step lessons are created by Committee for Children, who owns and controls all rights therein. Permission was granted to district to make and broadcast this video for educational use only by district parents, families, teachers, and counselors with students currently learning via television broadcast due to the impact of COVID-19. No other use of this video or second step lessons is permitted. Committee for Children, 2020. Hi everyone. Today is our last lesson together, and we're going to talk about how to manage another feeling that you've probably had over the last few months: disappointment. Disappointment is the feeling you get when things don't turn out the way you wanted them to. I'm sure there have been times during the school closure and quarantine when you were really looking forward to something and it didn't happen. Maybe you weren't able to go play with your friends, or you weren't able to have a birthday party that you wanted, or you weren't able to go visit family members who you don't live with. That uncomfortable feeling you got was most likely disappointment. You might also feel disappointment when you fail at something, and it might make you want to give up. Everyone feels disappointed sometimes. And today we're going to talk about how to use positive self-talk to calm down strong feelings of disappointment so you can try again and be a problem solver. Let me tell you about Leo. Leo's baseball team has an important game on Saturday, and Leo's goal was to be the pitcher. The pitcher is the person who throws the ball to the person who's swinging the bat. The coach chose another player instead. Focus your attention on Leo's face and body and think about his situation. How do you think he feels? Definitely disappointed. You might think sad or let down too. And Leo is so disappointed. He feels like crying. His strong feelings are making him so uncomfortable. Show me a thumbs up if you've ever felt disappointed. Yeah. Everyone feels disappointed at times. And sometimes the feeling is so strong and your body is so uncomfortable that it's really hard to think. And this is when you need to calm down that strong feeling. So let's remember the calm down steps. How can Leo calm down? Leo can use his stop signal, name his feeling, and do some belly breaths to calm down. And at first, he feels better after taking those steps. But then he starts thinking about the situation again. And he says to himself, I must be a terrible pitcher if the coach didn't pick me. Maybe I should just quit baseball. What kind of self-talk is Leo using? Show me a thumbs up if it's positive or a thumbs down if it's negative. Definitely negative. Self-talk affects how we feel. Negative self-talk is making Leo's feelings of disappointment stronger. Positive self-talk will help him calm down so he can think about what to do next. So let's think about some positive self-talk that Leo could use to help himself calm down. What about, I'm a good pitcher. If I practice, I'll get better. I'll train hard and pitch in the next game. Leo calms down using positive self-talk, and then he rethinks his goal to be the starting pitcher for the team. He decides he still really wants to achieve that goal, but he needs a plan. Does this sound familiar? You learned to make 3-step plans during our first week together in summer school. So let's think about a 3-step plan to help Leo achieve his goal. How about he could ask for help with his pitching skills, practice pitching every day, And he can ask the coach for another chance too. So Leo now has a 3-step plan to try and achieve his goal. First, he's going to ask his coach for help with his pitching skills. Then he'll practice for 30 minutes a day. And then after 2 weeks of practicing, he's going to ask his coach if he can be pitcher. With perseverance, right, that ability to keep trying, Leo can definitely achieve his goal. Remember, when things don't turn out the way we wanted, or when we set a goal and we fail at it, we can use positive self-talk to calm down our strong feelings of disappointment. Then we can look at our goal again with fresh eyes and a clear mind, and we can create a plan to help us move forward. I hope you've enjoyed learning together over the past few weeks. Please take care and stay well.
Hola amigos, yo soy la señora Mejías y trabajo en la Escuela de Inmersión Claremont. Hoy vamos a estar trabajando en la destreza de cómo resolver problemas de palabras en matemáticas. Hay muchos pasos que debemos de seguir cuando resolvemos un problema de palabras, pues algunas veces son un poco confusos, pero yo sé que si tú sigues estos pasos, lo vas a hacer muy bien. Antes de comenzar nuestra lección, me gustaría que hiciéramos una rutina de sentido numérico. En esta rutina de sentido numérico, yo quiero que tú observes los puntos que van a aparecer en la pantalla y quiero que repitas cuántos puntos tú ves. ¿Estás listo para esta aventura? Comencemos.
Cuatro, 3, 2, 3, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 3, 2, 2. 5, 1, 3, 4, 6, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 1.
Lo estás haciendo muy bien. Vamos a ver cuáles son los últimos.
6, 4,
Wow, ese fue un poco difícil.
3, 3, 3, 9,
¿Cuántos? Vuelve a contar.
5,
5, muy bien.
4, 5, 6,
¿Cómo saber que son 6?
porque hay 5 y 1 más.
Oh, hay 5 más 1, muy bien. ¿Y el último?
5,
Excelente. Vamos a comenzar con nuestra lección de hoy. Me gustaría que para la lección de hoy encuentres un lápiz y un papel o cualquier otro material que te ayude a hacer los cómputos matemáticos conmigo. Va a ser una lección muy divertida y me gustaría que la practicaras conmigo. Te voy a dar unos segundos para que encuentres lápiz y papel o cualquier cosa que te ayude a trabajar conmigo hoy. Muy bien. Mientras continúas buscando algún material que te ayude a trabajar conmigo hoy, vamos a ver cuáles son los objetivos de nuestra lección para. El objetivo de contenido es resolver problemas de palabras de suma y resta hasta el 10 utilizando objetos concretos. Nuestro objetivo de lenguaje es: yo puedo reconocer rápidamente la cantidad de objetos en un grupo. Y nuestra primera actividad de hoy tiene que ver con el número de hoy. Y el número de hoy es el 8. Muy bien, 8. Lo primero que me gustaría que hiciéramos con el número 8 es buscar cómo se puede escribir el número 8 en palabras, la forma escrita. Yo sé que ese es el 8, pero ¿cómo puedo escribir 8? Te voy a dar unos segundos para que escribas la palabra 8 en tu papel. Muy bien, y así es como escribimos 8. O-C-H-O, 8. Lo próximo que quiero que hagamos con el número 8 es encontrar las marcas de conteo. Quiero que dibujes 8 marcas de conteo en tu papel. Te voy a dar unos segundos para que dibujes 8 marcas de conteo. Muy bien. Y así es como yo marcas de conteo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Y mira cómo va a ser la número 5. 5, 6, 7, 8. Si tú observas, yo cuando llegué a 5, mi última marca la hice cruzada, porque así es como yo represento que esto es un grupo de 5. Así que si aquí tengo 5, solo tenía que dibujar 3 marcas más. Recuerda, en marcas de conteo, siempre que llegues a la número 5, la marca número 5 va a ir cruzada. Yo sé eso. Bien, lo próximo que quiero que hagamos es que me digas cómo sería el número 8 utilizando dinero. ¿Cómo podemos hacer el 8 utilizando dinero? Hay una moneda así que se llama un nickel, muy bien, y el nickel vale 5 centavos. Tenemos otra moneda como esta que se llama el penny, muy bien, y el penny vale 1 centavo. Entonces, utilizando estas dos monedas, ¿cómo puedes formar 8 centavos? Te voy a dar unos segundos. Muy bien, yo puedo formar 8 utilizando un nickel, que es 5, un penny, que hace 6, otro penny, que hace 7, y otro penny, que hacen 8. Así que en total yo tengo 8 centavos. 5, 6, 7, 8. Un nickel y 3 penny hacen 8 centavos. También puedes usar 8 pennies nada más, porque el penny vale 1. Así que si tú pones 8 pennies en el piggy bank, también vas a tener 8. Veamos qué tenemos a continuación. Bien, y ahora quiero que repasemos cómo se resuelven los problemas de palabra en matemáticas. ¿Estás listo? Vamos a ver cuáles son los pasos a seguir. Y los pasos a seguir para resolver problemas de palabra, el número 1 es bien importante que tú leas el problema más de una vez. Cuando leemos el problema varias veces, se nos hace más fácil entender lo que nos están preguntando. Paso número 2. Encuentra el principio, el medio y el final para saber si vas a sumar o vas a restar. Recuerda que los problemas de palabras son como los cuentos que tú lees. Tienen un principio, un medio y un final. El final siempre te va a ayudar a encontrar la palabra clave para determinar si vas a sumar o restar. Veamos el paso número 3. Para el paso número 3, es importante que hagas un dibujo o una representación del problema. El dibujo te va a ayudar a encontrar la respuesta con mayor facilidad, mucho más fácil. Así que los matemáticos siempre dibujan y muestran su trabajo. Y el paso número 4, es bien importante que tú contestes la pregunta con el resultado final. Los problemas de palabras siempre tienen una pregunta al final. Y esa pregunta tú la vas a contestar con el resultado de tu dibujo o tu cómputo matemático. Ya que sabes estos 4 pasos, vamos a ver si estás listo para lo próximo, porque es hora de practicar. Veamos el primer problema. Y el primer problema dice, Josué tiene 7 dulces en su bolsillo. Su mamá le dio 2 dulces más. ¿Cuántos dulces tiene Josué? Vamos a volver a leer porque una vez recuerda que no es suficiente. Mientras yo leo, ve buscando el principio, el medio y el final y pensando si tienes que sumar o restar. Josué tiene 7 dulces en su bolsillo. Vamos a ver. ¿Josué tiene un dulce en su bolsillo? No, tiene 7 dulces en su bolsillo. Su mamá le dio 2 dulces más. ¿Cuántos dulces tiene Josué? Te voy a dar unos segundos para que hagas un dibujo de los 7 dulces que tiene Josué en su bolsillo y los 2 que su mamá le da. Muy bien. El principio del problema nos dice que Josué tiene 7 dulces. Tengo un dulce, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. El medio de la historia nos dice que su mamá le da 2 dulces más. 1, 2 dulces más. ¿Cuántos dulces tú ves en la pantalla? Magnífico, 9 dulces. ¿Por qué? Cuando su mamá le da 2 dulces más, ahora Josué tiene más dulces. Así que veamos qué ecuación de matemáticas yo puedo hacer para demostrar el dibujo que hemos hecho. Tenemos 7 dulces más 2 que su mamá le da son igual a el total de dulces que ves en la pantalla que dijiste que eran. Muy bien, 9 dulces. Así que en total, Josué tiene 9 dulces. ¡Fantástico! Nuestro próximo problema es el siguiente. Hay 9 pajaritos en el árbol. 3 de ellos volaron lejos. ¿Cuántos pajaritos quedan en el árbol? Voy a volver a leer y ve haciendo tu dibujo en tu papel. Hay 9 pajaritos en el árbol. 3 de ellos volaron lejos, se fueron. 3 de ellos se fueron. ¿Cuántos pajaritos quedan en el árbol? Te voy a dar unos segundos para que termines de hacer tu dibujo. Hay 9 pajaritos en el árbol y 3 se fueron a volar lejos. ¿Cuántos pajaritos quedan en el árbol? Bien, vamos a ver mi representación. Dice que el principio de la historia dice que hay 9 pajaritos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Es decir, que 3 pajaritos se fueron a volar. Si 3 pajaritos se fueron a volar, significa que ya yo no los tengo. Pues yo puedo agarrar mis 9 pajaritos y eliminar 3 pajaritos. Al yo eliminar 3 pajaritos, estoy diciendo que estos pajaritos ya no están, se han ido del... Entonces, puedo decir que lo que está en el círculo es lo que queda dentro de él, en el árbol. ¿Cuántos pajaritos quedan en el árbol? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. Muy bien. A ver, mi ecuación sería 9 pajaritos menos 3 que se van a volar. Me quedo con, muy bien, me quedo con 6 pajaritos. Así que ahora quedan 6 pajaritos en el árbol. Fantástico. Vamos a ver nuestro último ejemplo. Sofía tiene 3 globos verdes y 3 globos amarillos. ¿Cuántos globos ella tiene en total? Voy a volver a leer mientras tú dibujas. Sofía tiene 3 globos verdes y 3 globos amarillos. ¿Cuántos globos ella tiene en total? Te voy a dar unos segundos para que termines tu dibujo y encuentres la respuesta. Muy bien, Veamos mi representación. El principio dice que Sofía tiene 3 globos verdes. 1, 2, 3. El medio dice que ella tiene 3 globos amarillos. 1, 2, 3. Y el final me pregunta cuántos globos ella tiene en total. Total es una palabra clave para yo hacer una operación de matemáticas. ¿Será suma o será resta? Muy bien, suma, porque me está pidiendo que combine los verdes con los amarillos. Así que en total ella tiene, excelente, 6 globos. Mira mi ecuación de matemáticas. 3 globos verdes más 3 globos amarillos es igual a 6 globos en total. Por lo tanto, Sofía tiene 6 globos en total. Excelente, has hecho un magnífico trabajo. Te felicito. Saludos familia. Hoy hemos trabajado mucho en la resolución de historias matemáticas. Las historias matemáticas a veces son un poco difíciles para los estudiantes porque requieren del pensamiento crítico para entender qué está pasando. A los niños de kinder le enseñamos diferentes estrategias que le pueden ayudar a identificar si el niño tiene que sumar o restar. Muchas veces le mostramos palabras claves que le ayuden a identificar qué operación matemática es necesaria. En casa, de la manera en que usted puede apoyar a su hijo es pidiéndole que sume números constantemente cada vez que estén contando, buscar otras maneras de formar el mismo número. Si algo está pasando, por ejemplo, en la cocina, tratar de crear usted mismo un problema donde el estudiante tenga que decir que un ingrediente combinado con otro suman tanta cantidad y sobre todo la fluidez de los números. Siempre que tenga la oportunidad, exponga a su hijo a contar, a combinar cantidades y la fluidez del sentido numérico será muy alta en él. Esperamos que hayan disfrutado y les deseamos un lindo verano. Hasta luego.